Welcome back. Going to start working on the frame just to clean up all the welds, rub it down. It's going black, don't like the silver, and yeah, lots of rubbing and then degreasing and then painting the frame. So let's crack on. Right, I've cleaned up all the welds and stuff. I'm going to just degrease it now. I'm going to start off with just normal white spirit just to get the worst of the sort of grease and grime off. And then I'm going to use acetate because that's been highly recommended. And finally, I've got some specialist paint wipes, which I guess are coated in paint thinners. So going to do all of that and give it a dusting just to see what spots that throws up, any imperfections, anything that needs addressing. Right, just giving it a first degrease. What I'm going to do now is take loads of photos because I have a crap memory, and for all things like cable ties, wiring looms, routing of pipes, etc, etc. And I pretty much haven't moved too much thus far. I've taken some photos already. Then I'm going to use some wet and dry just to rub down the very visible part of the frame, which is basically these two sort of front tubes, and there's a kind of a V section tube sort of supporting the front of the engine. So that's what I'm going to do, and then give it another clean afterwards. Right, all cleaned up with white spirit, rubbed down with first 240 and then 800 wet and dry, and now cleaned with acetate and special paint cleaning wipes. So let's give it a little bit of first coat. Right, that's a very light coat, just a real light dusting. Real temptation just to keep painting and laying it on and going, oh, this looks great. But to taking some advice, some experienced rattle can YouTubers, and I'm gonna go and have some lunch, let that dry out, and then come back, put a decent coat on before I then start looking at sort of rubbing it down and making any improvements as necessary. So yeah, that's gone on very well. No bubbling or specks or shriveling or anything like that, which is good. And it's not a very thick coat, it's just a light dusting. Tack coat, I think as Dale calls it. So now for a second thicker coat. It's a little bit warmer today, and I've got the lamp on here and I've heated the air up. So I'm just going to give it a first coat, sort of light dusting coat of black, giving the can a good shake. So off we go. Right, just a light dusting coat to begin with. I'll leave that for a couple of hours. Welcome back. Right, I've stripped off the handlebars, clocks, and pulled off all the wiring, and I've given it an initial degrease and a slight rub down. So I'm going to be spraying the rest of the frame. Not ideal. It would be much better to strip it down, send it away for powder coating and so on, but I might do that another time if I need to. The rear subframe is all painted up now. It's not the final coat, but it looks really good. So I don't have the appetite for taking the engine out, stripping all the wiring off to a box of bits when I can see 98% of the frame that I want to paint. So a lot of cleaning, degreasing and masking, which I'm going to be doing. I just need to take off the exhausts so that I can get to these lower engine frame mountings, and just so I can get the cans in and give it a good coat. But if the subframes don't need to go by, yeah, it should be good. I'm really impressed with the quality of the finish, and when it's all completely masked up, I'll give the rear subframe another couple of coats as well. So looking for about sort of 4 to 5 coats over the top of this. It's in good nick. It's very smooth. I've used 800 and then 1200 wet and dry. So yeah, a lot of work to mask it all up. But yeah, let's give it a go. Well, finally got the exhaust off. There's a, I don't know if you can see it, there's a kind of a figure of eight clamp holding the two downpipes into the sort of collector manifold, and two of the bolts that go into these sort of round captive nuts type, those things there, sheared, which is okay because I can extract those in the vise, or maybe just buy replacements. The third one in the middle, that proved to be an absolute bugger. I don't know whether it's been replaced, but it was just into a nut which was turning, which is not handy. So I had to cut that off, and then once I'd got the clamps off, the right hand header, the right hand downpipe came out okay. Left hand absolutely seized in, so I had to take the whole exhaust off, and couldn't get the, I think it's called a lambda probe, which is just hanging down there, as you can see. That was absolutely seized in as well, so that was a challenge. But yeah, it's all off now. The stainless steel exhausts, I have to say, I don't know if you, yeah, you can see that there probably, quite badly marked. Yeah, very. It's not plastic or anything like that, although that looks like it's a plastic bag that's been caught on it. But I've tried polishing these with Auto Solve and or Solvo and Worth's metal polish, which is something similar. I've tried various different things to absolutely no success at all, really. Shinier, but still marked, all the colours under the rainbow, tarnished and everything. So fortunately, I recently saw a video from Dell saying use Harpic XXX factor 10 or something. So yes, I might well be doing that soon, and if not, I'll have to send them away to be professionally polished, if that's not going to be too hideously expensive. We'll see. I'll give it a try with Harpic first. But yeah, so back to cleaning and preparation, and also masking, ready for the painting.